Hello, this is Dr. Bob DeMaria, the Drugless Doctor, and today we're going to talk about hair. Let me tell you what, this is a very interesting topic, and I was waiting with bated breath to talk to you about this because I know people are concerned about their hair color, gray. I've had individuals come into my life that their hair turned gray when they were 20 years old, and they thought it was normal because their mom and their dad and everybody else in their life had gray hair. Having gray hair at a young age is not good. You want to have dark hair or your natural color as long as you possibly can. Say, Dr. Bob, what's causing the gray hair? What I found from my experience, subpar thyroid function. The body is slowing down. I would encourage you to have some assessment to your thyroid gland itself. But probably the biggest, because you can always color your hair, by the way. It's amazing in our practice how many ladies that come in and you can see their gray roots and their gray color. It's a very common epidemic. They estimate up to a third of the people in the world have subpar thyroid function. And I've read statistics where 72% of you watching me right now don't have enough iodine. And iodine is so important for optimal thyroid function, which takes me to the next item we're going to talk about, and that's thinning hair and actual hair loss. What I have found from my experience that thinning hair and hair loss is commonly caused by subpar thyroid function. You say, Dr. Bob, tell me about that. Do you experience cold hands and cold feet? Do you have thinning of your outer eyebrows? Thinning outer eyebrows is a common body signal for subpar thyroid function. Now, ladies tend to have like an egg-shaped area of hair loss in the top of their head. That is the beginning changes and stages of hair loss in women. This is what I would suggest that you do, ladies. First, of course, you're going to want to have a TSH, a T3, and a T4 done. You may want to read Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones. I go into great detail. I have found just by adding iodine alone to your diet and getting your thyroid gland to start functioning optimally, you could slow the hair loss process. At the same time, you're going to want to add oil. We recommend at least a tablespoon of flax oil per day per 100 pounds. Oil itself will support thyroid function. Now, here's a new thought process for you. There's a vitamin called biotin. Biotin is a B vitamin. It's commonly found in carrots, egg yolk, and salmon. Biotin helps make a protein for your hair called keratin. I personally eat carrots every day, and I eat egg, the entire egg. I don't tell anybody to eat just the egg white. You should eat the yolk and the white 2 or 3 times per week. Now, men, when it comes to your hair thinning, because I know you are really waiting for me to talk to you about this, hair thinning in men today, very common. I believe there's several reasons. One of them can be that men like to consume junk food, processed food that has trans fat or partially hydrogenated oils in it. We talk about this in Dr. Bob's Trans Fat Survival Guide. They have done studies with laboratory animals, and the animals that they fed trans fat to, and they minimized the good or healthy omega-3 oils, started to lose hair. So gentlemen, if you happen to frequent the fast food places or eat food that has trans fat in it, I would encourage you to stop that immediately and start adding a wholesome oil. Flax oil, 1 tablespoon per 100 pounds, and maybe a teaspoon or 2 of marine oil. I use an anchovy sardine-based oil. Now, a couple other thoughts. I use different types of hair products. I put a couple protein sprays in my hair on a regular basis because that protein is absorbed by your hair follicle. I also know that taking zinc and minerals is very important. I use Celtic sea salt from the Grain and Salt Company, Selena Naturally, on a regular basis. And I know adding those minerals to my regular dietary regime has allowed my body to help loss of hair. And at the same time, it has given my hair color its just natural color. I haven't had graying of my hair. A couple other things that I would encourage you to do. is using a hair dryer. It could irritate your scalp and actually cause a debris and literally choking off the blood flow to your hair follicles. That is also significant. You want to make sure that you have a great diet. You want protein and you want fat in your diet because the protein is the building block for hair. It's because hair itself is a protein, it's collagen. And I can also tell you from my experience, because we do mineral tissue analysis in our practice, that I find different levels of toxicity in individuals' hair. It's a good tool for us to find out what's going on inside of the body. So I know the hair is a reservoir of minerals, and if I find extra arsenic or cadmium or aluminum when we do mineral tissue analysis, oftentimes we'll find compromised adrenal gland function. See, your body can survive without hair. Your body will take the minerals and nutrients necessary to make hair and use it to keep the function going in the rest of your body. Now, some of you may have some genetic male patterns of hair loss. Well, that will be accelerated, I promise you, if you continue using trans fat or partially hydrogenated oils. So both men and women, have your thyroid checked, make sure that it's functioning optimally, eat protein, that's really significant by the way, make sure you're doing at least a tablespoon of flax oil every day per 100 pounds. You may look around and get a protein spray, a protein product to apply to your hair. That's critically important because your hair needs nutrients. If you follow a few of these tips, I promise you, your hair loss will slow down and you're going to have that thick, rich hair once again. Follow these ideas. I promise you, you'll be glad you did.